Hi guys, this is Kudo, and today in this video we will follow the other video about the rotating object. So in this video I will show you how to make a script more advanced for rotating your game object. So let's get started. So let's take back our script. So we left our script right there. And before you go further, you need to watch my video about the enum because we'll use enum and in fact we'll use flag enum. So let's get started. So first thing first, I will need to create so let's create private enum, and I don't need this anymore. All right, so let's create private enum and let's call it direction rotation. All right, and in this particular case, I will add some customize because we want to be able to customize our rotation. So I will put up, I will put down, I will put left. Oops, sorry. Left. I will put right. I forget a comma. All right, right. After I will put forward, and the last one. Oops, the last one will be back. And because I want to flag this, so I will add the system.flag. I need to add to customize and the other a value. So let's put 0. Let's put 2. Let's put 1, sorry. Let's put 2, 4. If you don't know why I'm doing this, you need to watch my other video for on the enum part, so you will understand why I'm doing that. So equal to 16, and this one will be equal to 32. All right, so after flag my enum, so let's create a serial as field, and I need a variable, so let's create private direction rotation, and let's call it my direction rotation. My direction rotation will be equal by default direction.rotation, so to customize by default. All right. And after that, I will need a serious field uh, private speed, float speed, sorry, float speed to handle our speed rotation. And I need two more things, so I will need um, serialize field um, private vector3. Let's call it custom rotation. Ro sorry, rotation. And let's, sorry, I forget the N, rotation. And let's create another one. So private vector3, sorry, and we call it main rotation. You will understand why I'm doing that. So I don't need the vector3 here anymore. And what I need to have right now, I need to add another state. So let's create another enum. So private enum, and I will use add the same from the other one. So this one, you remember the following the follow game object. I will add the kind of the same. So this enum will call state rotation game object. So game object, all right. And the first one will be not rotate, and the other one will call rotate. All right, and the last thing I need to do is to create a serial as field again, and I will create another enum. So not another enum, but private a variable for my state rotation game object. I will call it my state rotation game object. And it will be equal by default to state not rotate by default. All right. And I think that's it. Uh, oh yeah, I need this two parameter too, because I will use a coroutine to execute this code. And yeah, that's it. So I know it's a lot of information, but you will see everything will just work fine, and it will be very easy to understand. So anyway, so I don't need the start function, but let 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 be here. So I don't care. So let's create now my coroutine. So enumerator, and I will call it handle. So handle rotation, rotation. He will take in parameter direction rotation. So we'll call it my local direction rotation. And what I'm gonna do here, so I will attribute by default my main rotation will be equal to vector 3.0, and I will say my game object dot transform dot rotation. So my rotation will be equal to quaternion dot identity. So basically, the quaternion identity means the transform of my rotation will be equal to 0. It's same as the position of my rotation will be equal to 0. So it's just to set up and to reset each time I will enter my coroutine. But don't worry, I will explain it later, because right now maybe you can't see what I'm doing, but trust me, it will work just fine and it will work very, very nicely. So first thing, I need to put a if statement. If my local direction rotation is different than my direction customize, so if we are not in the case of customize direction, I can do something. So what I'm gonna do, I will use as my previous video if statement, if my local direction rotation does as flag, and we will put on parameter up, for example, because start to up, and if he has flag up, my main rotation will be plus equal to vector3 dot up. So basically what I'm gonna do is he each time my game object have a flag of maybe up, down, left or right, I will each time for the if I will add another if, for example, maybe will be more clear. So for example, if I add maybe down here, all right, and I will add vector3 the down, what I'm gonna do, each time you will pass in the if statement and you say, okay, the main rotation will be equal to 0, 0, 1. I think it's 0, 0. No, it's 0, 1, 0. Okay. So the base of my rotation is 0, 0, 0. So it will say 0, 1, 0 plus 0, 0, 0. It will be to 0, 1, 0. And if I add, for example, the vector down, so vector down is 0, minus 1, 0, he will add both of them, and basically my main rotation will be equal to 0. So, um, so this is how the sync will work. So basically what I'm gonna do, I will add the other case, and I will get back to you. So left, right, forward, backward. All right, so down, left, right, forward, backward. All right, oops. So down, left, right, forward, and back. All right, so as I was saying, I add all my case. So if it's different than customized, I want to have a special rotation. So I add all the direction possibly. So for example, if I add, for example, back and right, so vector right is 1, 0, 0, and back is 0, 0, minus 1, so the main rotation will be equal to 1, 0, minus 1. And it will each time addition each of my basic vector. So after the customize, so we need to create a else if function. So else if, and if the case of my local direction rotation is equal to direction uh, customize. So basically what I'm gonna do here, I just need to say my main rotation will be equal to my custom rotation. There it is. All right. So after doing everything, we need now to use our coroutine, because right now we just say, okay, my main rotation need to do that, all right, and my main rotation will be equal to customized rotation. But I need to change our value of my game object. So what I'm gonna do here, I just go on the while. I will create a loop. So while my and this one it will ask to my state rotation dot game object is equal to state rotation, and if it's still on a rotate, this is why I need another state, another enum, to know if we want to our object to rotate or not. So if it's still on rotate on rotate state, what I'm gonna do, very easy, I would just say game object dot transform dot rotate will as I say on the previous video, I need the vector 3. So guess which vector 3 it will be. The vector 3 will be the main rotation, and will be multiplied by speed and multiplied by time dot delta time. It's very important to put time dot delta time, like that you can have a solid how can I say that, a solid control on the speed. So and after that we need to break it if something happen. If, for example, if we change maybe to customize to back, or maybe we want to add another one, so what we're gonna do, we'll put another if statement. So if my local direction rotation is different to my direction rotation. So it seem to be a little weird, but trust me, this should work, because in during the on the inspector on Unity, when you go to the cube, it's normal, you can't see right now because it's on error. But remember, um, this is the only way to know the new state of my of my enum. So don't worry, I will explain it later. So let's go back to our script, and yeah, I forget comma here. So if okay, and so what I'm gonna do, I will stop. So stop coroutine, and I will stop my coroutine, because I will allow my coroutine to a value, but don't worry, we will go and see after. And coroutine is active will be equal to false, and we need to break of our while loop, and do not forget to put yield return null. And there it is, guys. We got our coroutine who will handle our rotation. So right now, this should work as fine. So let's go back to Unity, and let me explain what I was talking about. So right now you can see I got my direction rotation is basically on customize and my state rotation is go on rotate. So just for example, if right now I just choose up direction, so it will go on the coroutine. I will say, okay, the player choose up, so my main rotation will be equal to vector dot up. All right, but what if I change up and I mix it with maybe left? So right now my new value of my direction rotation is up and left. So this is why on the coroutine I need to check if my local rotation, this is uh, the previous um, the previous value of my direction rotation is changing. So if it's changing, I need to stop the coroutine and break it, and after I need to recall it because I need to know if another flag is flagging. So so I hope guys you understand what I'm saying. And but don't worry, I will show you on the example. And right now, what I need to add is another function. So let's call it void is rotating. So is rotating, and this function allow me to know the case I want to rotate or no our game object. So basically what I'm going to use is the same ID of this script. Remember our follow target. So basically I will use this ID behind the rotation. So what I'm going to do, I will use switch. I want to switch on my state game object. All right, so enter option. So he will ask me, yeah, I want to use both. And if it's not rotate, what I'm gonna do is if coroutine is active, so I can put equal to true, but it's up to you. It's up to you. So I will let like this. So if it's equal to true, what I'm gonna do, I will stop the coroutine. I will not stop all coroutine, but stop coroutine, and I will stop my coroutine. No, sorry. Oh, come on. I will stop my coroutine. All right. And coroutine is active will be equal to false, and my main rotation will be equal to vector3 dot 0 because we don't want to rotate anymore. And if it's go on rotate, so if coroutine is active equal to false. So we want to activate our coroutine. So what I'm going to do is my coroutine will be equal to handle rotation, and I will put my direction rotation. So my right now my main enum. So this one, and I will start our coroutine. So start coroutine of my coroutine. So right now, right there, and to be sure we won't call this a lot of time in the update function, I just pass I will just put coroutine is active to true. And the last thing I need to do, very easy, I just need to put is rotating. Just need to call is rotating in the update function. And voila. So that should work just fine. And let's test it and let's see what's happened. So I got this cube, and let's say so let's put to customize by default. So let's press play, and let's say I want to my cube to turn around the down axis and to be forward. So right now it's not showing anything because we are on not rotate state. So but if I want to use rotate state, as you can see, oops. So sorry about this. This is very stupid thing. I just forget to put a speed. So this, if you put a speed to zero, it will not work. But if I put maybe the speed to 100, as you can see, my cube right now is just spinning on the down and forward axis. If I just put down, you will see my cube is just rotating around the down axis. If I put nothing, it will back to our the main position, so zero. And if I because when you another thing, when you put up, up, and maybe right, so for example, the customize by default is not checked. If you go back to customize, by default, if you go back to customize, because customize is zero, by default, everything will be unchecked. So, for example, if I check up, if I check left, and if I check forward, for example, and if I want to just customize, everything will be unchecked. Let's see, and as you can see, customize, everything is unchecked. And because customize right now is on x equal to 0, y equal to 0, z equal to 0, no rotation, you can't see any rotation. But if I put 2.5, 5 and minus 6, for example, and right now I'm putting on up and I came back with customize, as you can see, our rotation is rotate around the 2.5, 5 and minus 6 axis. And this is very cool because right now, so let's say put 1, 1, 1 for the main purpose, so everything and customize. So right now this is very cool because if I use another cube, so maybe the other one, I just duplicate this one, and I want maybe not this one to use as customize, but I just want to rotate around the down axis, and I rotate it, and don't forget to put a speed for sure. 100. As you can see, the other cube right now is spinning around the down axis. So down is should down. I think it's y. So it's 0 minus 1 and 0 minus 1 0. So this is a good looking way to use the rotation. And if you want to stop the rotation, you don't need to check anything or do anything. You just need to call my set rotation and say not rotate. And as you can see, our cube is just stop rotating. And even for this one, if I just click on, and if I want to froze the rotation of my game object on the right position right now, I just need to put not rotate, and as you can see, he will keep the last rotation. So this is how you can rotate game object, and how you can code a rotation game object with customizing, and you can use this code pretty much for everything. This is a very nice way to using. So hope you guys enjoyed the code and the video. Subscribe, comment, and like if you like the content. If you don't like, dislike, it's okay. But hope you guys enjoy the content and let me know. And I catch you guys next time. Bye bye.